Who will you vote next in BFDI? The viewers voted on several questions spanning both upcoming episodes, and now it's time to see the results. I received 938 responses. We got so close to 1,000 this time. I'm impressed. First things first, since BFDIA 7 is likely going to release first out of the 2 episodes, that's the episode I'm gonna cover first. First up is Team No Name. Here's how I'm gonna do this. I'll show the likes all at once, then I'll do the dislikes the same way I did votes on the past TPOT polls. With 488 likes total, Gelatin is the one who my viewers want to see win the prize next time Team No Name loses, with Fiery landing narrowly in last place. Now, let's see the dislikes. Gelatin is the first one safe with only 150 dislikes. Tennis Ball is safe too with 202 dislikes. Then, Fries is safe next with 254. So now we're down to just Golf Ball and Fiery. Will Golf Ball survive the bottom 2 the 3rd time in a row? Or will Fiery be eliminated for the first time ever? Timeline-wise, that is. Nope, Golf Ball does not survive the 3rd bottom 2 in a row as she got 333 dislikes while Fiery got 297. That would have been funny if she did though. Interestingly, even Golf Ball has more likes than dislikes. Just goes to show how liked the people on this team seem to be. Next, Freesmart. Here are the likes. Ruby got the most by far, and Ice Cube got the least. It was extremely close between her and Book though, with Pencil just a little bit ahead. Ruby also got by far the fewest dislikes with just 140. Then Book has a huge jump but still only got 272 dislikes. This means Ice Cube and Pencil are the bottom 2, so who's it gonna be? Pencil survives with 325 dislikes, while Ice Cube, despite her increased relevance, is out with 378. I suspect it'll be a couple more episodes before Freesmart loses. Finally, we have WOAH Bunch, and starting off with the likes, Coiny got the most with 519, and Spongy has the fewest out of all of 4 teams with 217, a 302 vote spread, but that's not as insane as the 1 vote difference between Pin and Needle. Now for the dislikes. Coiny is popular today, seeing as he got a mere 76 dislikes, the least of anyone on any team, and one of only 2 with under 100 dislikes. The other being Needle with just 94. Pin is also safe with 115 dislikes, and Nickel only has 157. Bommy has just 176 dislikes, leaving us with Yellowface and Spongy for the bottom 2. And apparently Spongy is so hated that not only did he get over 200 more dislikes than Yellowface, he also has the dishonor of having the most dislikes of anyone, along with being the only contestant with more dislikes than likes, with over 2 dislikes per like. Speaking of 2, we'll be moving on to TPOT 8 after 2 more sections of the BFDIA vote. The first of which being the Rejoin. I included Leafy, Bubble, and Flower as possible rejoiners as they had enough votes in BFDIA 1 to join, but they didn't because they were either dead or absent. Anyways, Rocky, Flower, and Puffball did not get very much support, just 25, 21, and 36 votes, respectively. Also not rejoining are Leafy with 68 votes, or Dora with 70 votes. Somehow, Donut and Bubble managed to get exactly the same amount of votes with 124 each. Not a peace match, not a peace. Speaking of her, it's now down to her and Teardrop. Who got more votes? To the surprise of very few, it was Teardrop and by a landslide. Makes sense, it's pretty well known at this point that her BFDIA elimination was very unfair. Infamously so, even. As for the debut, I'm just gonna put a screen recording here of the list of results because there was so many contestants to get through, I didn't want to take up a bunch of time. Penn got the most votes by far with 147, with no one else even coming close. Now, it's 2's time to shine as I show TPOT 8's results, starting with...
the strongest team on Earth!
We're going in order of when they were named, except for the ones who lost TPOT 7 to make the spoiler section easier for me. Basketball has the most votes with 342, a welcome surprise after she was so close to elimination last time. In more good news, Snowball, or Yo-Yo Ball as of late, isn't far behind, as he has 279 votes. Robot Flower, emphasis on the flower part, also lives with 147 votes. That means it's down to Belle and Grassy, and I'd be fine with either of them leaving, but who will it be? Unsurprisingly, it's Belle. Again. Although, keep in mind she had the least last poll too, and we all know how that ended. As for my vote, it's a toss-up between the ones not in the bottom two, leaning very slightly towards basketball if I had to choose, though I think it's entirely dependent on the events of the next episode that they lose. Out of all the teams, this one has shrank the fastest, though in light of the events of TPOT 7, I doubt they'll lose again anytime soon. If they do, here's how you voted. Fanny gets the honor of having the most votes by far, not just of this team, but out of any TPOT contestant, as well as being the only one with over half the votes, just short of 60% in fact. Marker is safe too, so just like last time, the bottom two is Tree and Black Hole. Unlike last time, I could see this bottom two actually happening this time around. And this is why I think it'll be a while before Death Pact again loses again, if they even do lose again before the merge. Fanny may be my favorite on this team, maybe back to being my overall favorite again even. But I'll be voting Black Hole if they lose again before the arc gets resolved, since he clearly seems to be at risk, and he's the other half of the arc. I'd probably want Marker to get out. I love everyone here, but he's the weakest link to be honest. Are you okay? I sure am after seeing more Fanny appreciation. But who is going to be safe on the team with the same name? The answer may not be obvious, and that's because it isn't. Eraser and Puffball got the bulk of the vote between them, just under half when you combine their totals. Puffy edges out Eraser though by 38 votes. The other four have only a 14 vote difference, with the highest, that being Golf Ball, getting 127, and the lowest getting 113. Tennis Ball has 121 votes. I thought he might get eliminated next, but surprisingly not, which means it's down to Penn and TV. Now, it might be obvious TV goes. And you'd be right, but by only 2 votes. There's no way Penn support is gonna drop off this hard though, but I wouldn't mind being wrong. Gonna save Eraser. He's been amazing recently, and he cut it way too close last time. To be honest, I'm kinda surprised Team 8 hasn't lost again yet. They don't exactly seem like the ones who would have a winning streak. I don't particularly care though, but it does make it less interesting. In light of that, this one will be quick. Donut has the most votes just like last time, though Coiny took second place instead of Gady, who still survives in the bottom 3 below Needle as well. This leaves us with Barfbag and Pin again. However, Barfbag is the one with the least votes this time, which checks out since Pin's been getting better again. I think I'm gonna vote Gady next time this team loses. It's bound to happen sooner or later. What are the odds that both times Just Not loses, the loser gets absolutely buried? In fact, Cake had it even worse than Naily did, but that's besides the point. Just not comes before the S because, though it wasn't their fault, they damaged the roller coaster more, while the S didn't do further damage to the moon. Or maybe because 2 saw the coaster first? Either interpretation works, really. Just like last time, Pillow has the most votes, though the gap between her and Book grew by a bit since last time. Also, Pillow has exactly double her previous vote total, which means she's twice as likely to commit Omnicide now. Getting back on track now, Book is very close to Nickel in terms of how many votes she has, though both also have over 200 votes. You know who doesn't have over 200 votes? Bommy and Price Tag. Which of them got the least votes, though? Bommy may not have gotten over 200 votes, but at least he got triple digits. Taggy couldn't even muster that much. Since Cake is gone, my vote will probably go to Book. Taking a big leap of faith that Rocky will be out, since it could be Bottle or Icy. But it's not TPOT 5 Death Pact Again levels of close, so I should be fine. What isn't super close is who got the most votes, that being Winner, who got 323 total. Bottle is also safe with 226 votes. That means it's down to Yellowface and Ice Cube. And I don't really think this will come as much of a surprise that Yellowface survives, and he'll probably be the one I save, especially after TPOT 7. Though we did vote Bottle in that episode so that Rocky would leave. However, like Death Pact Again, I see this team picking up a winning streak now that Rocky is most likely gone. Still crazy that he'll likely be eliminated in back-to-back episode releases. Teardrop is still very angry. I wonder who that anger is directed at now. Eraser, maybe? She did rain on him pretty hard. Come to think of it, she can merge with the Canalin with clouds. Does she really need 2's powers? Anyways, the question I asked pertaining to Teardrop was, what would happen if Teardrop gets up for elimination? I gave 4 possible responses along with an other button to submit your own. And that was a massive mistake apparently. That white space is a ton of 1-vote slivers from people giving responses for other, though 69 of the other voters didn't say anything. The most common responses were along the lines of BFDIA's likes and dislikes system but with square brackets. And if she gets more likes than dislikes, she stays, and I presume the other team loses 2 members. As for the other options, she won't lose unless someone rejoins on her team, which was the most popular with 301 votes. Instant elimination got 207, she won't ever lose got 172, and bottom 2 of everyone up for elimination gets out with 93. The winner is convenient because it leads into the rejoiner question. Not rejoining are Foley with 21 votes or Eggy with 22 votes. And neither are Rocky and Naily with 25 and 27 respectively. Neither is Clock with 29. It's a good thing they did what they did with him, otherwise his arc with Winner would never see resolution. Clearing Cake from the field, as he has 30 votes, leaves us with only half of the possible rejoiners left. Saw and Pie are next to fall with 32 and 34 votes respectively. After this we see a huge jump, but first comes a smaller jump. Cloudy isn't coming back with 65 votes. All 3 out of Remote, Fries, and Lightning got over 200 votes, coincidentally getting out in back-to-back-to-back episodes. Remote got first place though, as she got 241 votes, meaning she's who my viewers would want back the most. The real battle is for second place. That's right, I revised my prediction, and now believe there will be a double rejoin. A mere 2 votes separate Fries and Lightning though. And with 207 votes to Fries' 205, Lightning gets to go along with Remote back into the game. Next, it's the exits, now with 1 less member. Yeah, I think it's a safe assumption that Robotty won't be eligible to rejoin after the events of TPOT 7. Man, that episode changed a lot, didn't it? Also not rejoining is David, who has the least votes with a pitiful 22. Match and Fiery Jr. 2, with 34 and 35 votes respectively, do not come back into TPOT. Neither does 8-Ball with 43 votes, which sadly isn't a multiple of 8, or Dora, who has 62 votes. Bracelety got 83 votes, leaving us with our top 3. Pencil, Lie, and Stapy. Like the rejoin, I think 2 of them would get to come back into the game. But which 2? Well, Stapy will stay P. Put, that is, because he only got 86 votes. Lie had the most by far with 408, while Pencil is a distant second with 162. Like I said though, 2 joined, so the distance between them is irrelevant. This debut has a lot in common with BFDIA's. Not only did one contestant win in a landslide, that being Rubber Spatula with 252, I'm also doing a screen recording to show the results again. Once again, however, it's a double debut, so let's see who got second. It's non-existy with 119 votes. I think they would pull the same thing they did with TPOT 1 and have the third most voted, Shopping Cart with 76 votes, join instead. Thanks for participating in this bigger but still little experiment of mine. Stay tuned for future uploads including Fight for Fingers Episode 2.